I know people like this that want to get the vaccine, but their husband or their wife are totally against it. So they just go ahead and get the vaccine and never even tell their significant other. If that is you, 1-855-BERT Show. And if you have a problem going on in your life and you want to share it with us so we can turn around, share it with our Bert Show fam around the country, hit us up at thebertshow.com. But I think this is where she's going with this whole thing in this email is like, maybe she should just get the vax and not tell her husband at all. Or do you even need to share all your info with your significant other? Maybe that's another question here, right? Dear Bert Show, I can't believe that after listening to your show for almost 10 years, I actually have a situation I need your help with. We're always here. At some point or another, you're going to come. Currently, I haven't gotten the COVID-19 vaccine because I was waiting to see how many of you turn into zombies after taking it. Right, just joking, ... sorta is what she writes. I don't really see a point to getting it since, unlike other vaccines like smallpox and MMR, it does not keep a person from catching COVID. It just lowers the possibility of them dying from it. I am not... She says, anti-vax. I am vax-hesitant. I consistently...
That's a new one.
Vax-hesitant.
I haven't heard it expressed like that before.
That's those that are still doing the research are vax-hesitant.
When does that expire and turn into anti-vax, though? Like 3 months, 6 months?
Can we also say...
I know the difference. I've experienced both.
Oh, can we... Okay, can we
That's fair.
also stop saying, I need to do the research?
Mm-hmm.
You're not a scientist.
Yeah.
Yep.
You ain't in a lab. You ain't researching S.
Yeah, and if your research is done
You're
on the
Googling
internet,
articles.
it's bad.
Yeah, like that. Let's go ahead and establish the difference.
Yep.
Go
She
ahead.
says, I am vax hesitant. I constantly wear a mask, wash my hands, take extra immune boosting vitamins, work from home full time, and I social distance. I know COVID is real and really serious. Lately, I've been considering getting the vaccine, especially when my uncle in his 50s suddenly died from it, and the COVID rates in my area have skyrocketed. The final clincher, my job is announced. They will pay vaccinated employees $800 if they get it before the end of the year.
Nice.
While I'm still a little scared, I am leaning on the side of getting it since I really want that money.
That is good incentive. I mean, in West Virginia, they only give you a gun
What?
for getting the vaccine. They were giving out guns
No,
to
they
people
were
to get
not.
yes, they
Serious?
were.
Are you serious?
America. Here's the problem.
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
That's the incentive for West Virginia.
Yo, that's wild.
So many things to say, but I'm just going to shout out. All right, here's the problem. She said, my husband of 13 years is anti-vax. I know if I tell him my decision to get it, he will consider me a quote-unquote sheep,
Oh, God.
a quote-unquote sellout. And I can only imagine how horribly he will talk about me with his friends. He will lose respect for me, and I don't want to hear it, nor see the look of disgust on his face. Should I even bother telling him my decision? During our entire relationship, I can count on one hand how many things I've kept secret from him. So the idea of not telling him doesn't sit well with my soul. He would never try to forbid me from getting the vaccine, but I'm afraid he'll lose respect for me. Or I'll lose respect for him if he tries to dissuade me by bringing up stupid conspiracy theories. What on earth should I do? 1-855-BERT Show. Who's first?
Well, I don't understand, like, you lose respect for me. You lose respect for me because I made a personal choice that I thought was best for me. Like, that makes no sense to me.
Okay, again, I have friends that are these people. So when you end up getting the vaccine, or in some cases, the most conservative cases, wear a mask, you're so stupid for buying into this whole thing. It's just the flu. So they look at you and it's a condescending tone, like they know best and they can't believe that you would fall for this.
But losing respect can go both ways. I can lose respect for people that talk to me like that. Anybody that calls me a sheep or a sheeple, I'm going to just be like, bah, bitch. I guess you're right.
This couple certainly wouldn't pass that Cosmo quiz that Kristen gave earlier.
No. And do you even have a responsibility to tell the most important person in your life, right? Wife, husband, what you're doing with your body?
Yes. When it comes,
If they're your emergency contact, I think they should know everything that's going.
if you have do
in or out.
anything medicinally, I think it is important to disclose it to your spouse. That's just that's how Bart and I handle our relationship. That's just like you have to do what's best for you in your relationship. But for us, if he was to do something, I would want to know about it because I think it's important.
There are plenty of people that are saying, yeah, I haven't told him. I haven't told her. They don't know. Kristen, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Good morning. So, similar situation, but not with me. It was with my oldest sister and my brother-in-law. She went and got the vaccine one night and didn't tell my brother-in-law until like after she got home because he doesn't want it like just for his own reasons. Like he's not necessarily anti-vaccine, but he was a little like peeved that she didn't like at least say, hey, like I'm going to get the vaccine on my way home because he's like, well, if you had side effects or get, feel a little icky, don't you think you should tell me so I can like know that I'm like taking care of you and stuff like that? And she just didn't say anything until like after the fact.
I appreciate you calling. Thank you. Now, when you get kids involved, that's a totally different and interesting debate here. Hey, Sarah, good morning.
Good morning, Bert. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate you calling. What's up?
I have 12-year-old twins that I share with my ex-husband. And I also have a 3-year-old son and 2-year-old son with my current husband. Both of us are vaccinated. And recently, I have been going back and forth with my ex-husband about getting the twins vaccinated. During that time, my 12-year-old daughter ended up bringing home COVID to my 3-year-old son. And so now I have a 2-year-old son and a 12-year-old son that haven't been infected. And the best way to protect my 2-year-old is for the 12-year-old to get vaccinated. I've even suggested meeting with the twins pediatrician so that we can get accurate, unbiased information. At first he agreed, and now he's backing off of it. And so now I'm having to consider taking to get them vaccinated behind his back and consider not telling him and just facing the consequences.
Wow, that would, because, okay, so I would be sort of in a similar situation. My ex is anti-vax. She doesn't trust it, doesn't trust the research, whatever. I believe that my kids should get vaccinated. What the difference with us is that in our divorce agreement, there were 4 categories. So I have 2, she has 2. And this settled it for me because she has medical. So I don't get final say in there. I have told her how I feel about it. I know how she feels about it. But if I were to go behind her back, I mean, that would go against our divorce agreement, but also the integrity there. I know you're trying to do the right. I
don't envy you.
I don't envy you. I'm sorry. So
yeah, and so I so far have just been praying and just trying to share unbiased information and just trying to do the right thing, but maybe have faith that he'll make the right decision.
Yeah, in my case, it's more like I can't stress about things I can't control, and that's just not in my control. And I know even sending that info would go, it wouldn't even matter, so I just don't stress about it, but I wish it was different for me. Now, again, we get into the debate like, hey, it's your body. Do you really need to tell your significant other what you need to do? Nicole.
Hey there.
Hey.
I say your body, your choice. We don't have to tell our significant other everything. And unfortunately, if he got COVID, hopefully, she could take care of him because that is just, it's her choice, what she wants to do. And if he can't support her, then she shouldn't have to tell him.
I appreciate you calling. And Nicole here is an RN, and she and her husband don't see similarly on the vaccine. Hey, Nicole.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
So I am a registered nurse. I work in an inner city level 1 trauma ER. I have been elbows deep in COVID since, last year. So I am an avid vaccinated person. I got vaccinated when the vaccinations first came out. My husband, on the other hand, does not agree with the vaccination, so he's unvaccinated. It still works for us. It's funny because we go out in public and sometimes I'll still be like in my work clothes or whatever, and I'm wearing my mask and I'm washing my hands and I'm doing all the appropriate things. And then my husband is an anti-vaxxer, anti-mask. We get the craziest looks when we're out in public, but it's his choice and my body is my body. So that's just how it is.
Appreciate you calling.
The Bert Show.